Department unveiling some new technology advancements. The City Council approved those upgrades last year. That includes a new yellow taser that has more range. The Wichita Police Department is also investing in virtual reality headsets. They'll be used for training.
These virtual reality headsets also allow for those scenarios to be experienced from both an officer perspective and a citizen perspective. So through these headsets, we can allow an officer to experience what someone with schizophrenia may be experiencing when dealing with an officer, or perhaps someone on the autism spectrum.
To transition into new body cams, they're also investing in technology that automatically activates the body cam when a vehicle light bar, the taser, or firearm is drawn from its holster.